Hey, what up, Ty 1822? You know, WWE Raw just went off the air. Now, let's get to Monday Night Raw. Tonight, Monday Night Raw was not a bad show. So, Raw opens up with Triple H. He calling Kevin Nash out. Earlier, he mentioned, the clip back in the day. Didn't mention Scott Hall, as kind of predictable because I don't think WWE wanted to mention his name, but he mentioned Kevin Nash, told him to bring his ass out here, that he will beat him down. John Laurinaitis comes down ringside. Triple H told him, give him a contract, give him the biggest contract ever. So Triple H said, you know what, Laurinaitis, I will find Kevin Nash. Triple H go up to the ramp. All of a sudden, Kevin Nash comes out of nowhere with a sledgehammer. Hits Triple H. The sledgehammer hit ain't look that good. It looked like Kevin Nash been taking swings, taking swing lessons from Hulk Hogan. Because he swung that sledgehammer very weak. How Hogan would hit somebody tear like. And it just looks stupid. But, then all of a sudden, backstage, Triple H going an ambulance. I think they say he was selling a seizure. Then Kevin Nash takes him out the ambulance truck. He's on back of the, whatever that shit called again. But, he takes a sledgehammer, hits Triple H with it again. This segment right here was okay, but, it was overselling. It was all over the top. I didn't really enjoy this segment. But, it looks like Triple H really did sustain an injury last night at the pay-per-view. That's why I think the WWE did this angle with Nash taking out Triple H. Next, Sheamus, Randy Orton versus Christian and Cody Rhodes. This was a solid tag team match right here. Cody Rhodes, botched at the end, but Sheamus, hit the, what do he call it? Well, I know it was a Raging Edge from Scott Hall. Well, I'm going to call it a Raging Edge. Yeah, he hit that 1, 2, 3, Sheamus and Randy Orton. Then you have Dolph Ziggler versus Santino Marella. Now, Dolph Ziggler won this match off distraction off of Jack Swagger. And what's the reason for Dolph Ziggler to need a win over Santino off of distraction? That makes no sense, WWE. Dolph Ziggler, that guy's too good, to book him for a distraction win on Santino Marella. So you have, Santino Marella getting beat down by Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler. But one part, I didn't like. Mason Wright comes down ringside, attacks Jack Swagger, try to text him. They skip the ring. This guy not over. The crowd did not pop. This guy, how can this guy, ain't failed a drug test yet? He's a walking wellness policy. Come on, that guy's big as hell. And get a new hairstyle, do something. Because this guy should be a heel. Just do something with him. Repackage his gimmick. Because this guy's not a baby face. Make him a heel again. Because this guy's not over. And please don't tell me this the guy they going to push, against Dolph Ziggler and become the United States champion. I'd rather see Zack Ryder beat Dolph Ziggler than, Mason Ryan. A lot of people probably agree. Even people who don't like Zack Ryder probably agree with me. So you have, Del Rio coming out saying how he, nobody could beat him for the WWE title. CM Punk makes his way to the ring saying, I should become the #1 contender for the WWE title. So all of a sudden, you got John Laurinaitis comes down ramp, he comes in the ring, tells CM Punk, if you win a championship, tell me that you respect me. CM Punk going on John Laurinaitis. CM Punk, how he went on Triple H. He did the same thing with John Laurinaitis. So he said, you know what? You ain't gonna respect me. I'm gonna give you one more week and then I'll make my decision. Should you be the #1 contender? So CM Punk said, okay, Laurinaitis. He went to attack Alberto Del Rio. All of a sudden, his what's that guy name? Ricardo Rodriguez, breaks up the little fight. But all of a sudden, CM Punk puts Ricardo Rodriguez in the GTS. So, I'm cool with Del Rio and CM Punk because WWE, they have to build CM Punk up. They kind of lost steam with him because they just like forget CM Punk. Okay, he has a little hot little moment, but they have to rekindle that flame with CM Punk because when CM Punk, 2 months ago, man, the WWE was hot and it was good to watch on TV. So you have Natalya versus Alicia Fox. Typical Divas match, very boring. Alicia Fox wins. Who cares? So, John Morrison versus Barrett. This was a solid match right here. John Morrison, again, lost. You got people calling him Job Morrison now. I mean, come on, WWE. I mean, push this guy, please. I know he brung it on himself, but goddamn, fans call him Job Morrison. And Wade Barrett defeats him. Another botch finish too. I mean, it was a bunch of botches tonight. Next, you have, before the main event was John Cena teams with Zack Ryder versus R-Truth. So Dolph Ziggler, sorry, damn it, messing my names up. Zack Ryder was backstage, cutting a little promo. All of a sudden, R-Truth attacks, Zack Ryder. So it ends up in a handicap match. And this right here, it was okay. It didn't really get anywhere. Ends in the DQ because R-Truth, took a water bottle and hit him in the head. And Michael Cole said a patented water bottle to the head. That's a signature, a water bottle to the head. Michael Cole make no sense. Speaking of Michael Cole, him and JR got a little thing. Cole said if he beat JR, he stayed. If JR beat him, he will quit. But, let me get back to the main event. So John Laurinaitis comes down in the ring. He said, R-Truth, I don't want y'all to get out the ring. Y'all have no respect for me. So he told John Cena at Survivor Series, it would be R-Truth versus John Cena and your partner. Cena said, who you want me to get? Who you want me to get? Somebody, this is set up. But wait, I can pick my partner. Here, I knew it. John Cena picked it, The Rock, and he did a big ass hard spit like, The Rock. And you see all the spit on the microphone. Very nasty, But, John Cena and The Rock tag team partners at Survivor Series. I'm very interested because, of course, I want to see The Rock come back, on WWE TV. The most electrifying man in sports entertainment could make the WWE watchable because the last couple weeks, Raw was stale. But, this Raw was not bad like the last 2 weeks of Raw. Oh, yeah, that's my cat Sabrina. She just up in the camera every time. I don't know why. She just loves being on the camera. But, this Raw was okay, not terrible like the last 2 weeks. So give me your thoughts on this Monday Night Raw. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.